Welcome to our channel, English Lane, where you improve your spoken English every day through listening practice, interesting stories, and inspiring lessons that help you grow. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our powerful and educational videos. Today we bring you the inspiring and emotional life story of one of the most famous and talented artists in the world, Justin Bieber. From a small boy singing on the streets of Canada to becoming a global superstar loved by millions around the world, his journey is full of dreams, struggles, success, and lessons that will truly inspire you. This story will not only help you improve your English listening skills, but also teach you about hard work, faith, and never giving up on your dreams. So stay focused, listen carefully, and let's begin with his early life. Part 1. The Early Life of Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was born on March 1, 1994, in a small city called London, in the province of Ontario, Canada. He grew up in a town named Stratford, which is famous for its music and theater festivals. His mother, Patty Mallet, was a single mom. She raised Justin with love, care, and strong faith, even when life was not easy. They didn't have much money, but they had big dreams. From a very young age, Justin showed a deep love for music. When he was only 2 years old, he started to play drums on anything he could find, chairs, tables, or even pots in the kitchen. His mom noticed his talent and encouraged him to keep playing. At the age of 4, Justin got his first toy drum set as a Christmas gift. He was so happy that he played it all day long, making noise and rhythm that made everyone smile. As he grew up, Justin began to sing in school talent shows and at local events in Stratford. People were amazed by his voice. It was natural, soft, and full of emotion. Even without any formal training, he could sing songs that touched people's hearts. When he was 12 years old, something magical happened. Justin joined a local singing competition called Stratford Idol. He sang the song So Sick by Nayo. Although he didn't win first place, the audience loved him, and his mother recorded the performance on her small camera. Later, Patty uploaded the video to a new website called YouTube, just to share it with friends and family. But something unexpected happened. People from around the world started watching it. The video went viral. One after another, she uploaded more videos of Justin singing popular songs from artists like Usher, Chris Brown, and Stevie Wonder. The internet fell in love with the young boy with the golden voice. Soon, a man named Scooter Braun, a talent manager, discovered his videos. He couldn't believe how naturally talented this boy was. Scooter contacted Justin's mom, and after some hesitation, Patty agreed to take Justin to the United States for a chance to record music professionally. This was the beginning of something big, a journey that would soon change Justin's life forever. He was only 13 years old, but his dream was already taking shape. Part 2. Rise to Fame. The beginning of a global star. After Justin's videos became popular on YouTube, his life started to change very quickly. The young boy from a small town in Canada was about to step into a much bigger world, the world of fame and music. One day, Justin received a message from a man named Scooter Braun. Scooter was a talent manager from the United States who had discovered Justin's videos by accident. He was deeply impressed by the young boy's voice and confidence. Scooter immediately wanted to meet him in person. At first, Justin's mother, Patty, was unsure. She was protective and didn't want her son to be taken advantage of. But after a few phone calls and much prayer, she decided to give it a try. So, Justin and his mom took a flight to Atlanta, Georgia, where Scooter Braun lived. In Atlanta, something amazing happened. Justin got the chance to meet one of the biggest R&B stars in the world, Usher. Usher was very impressed when he saw Justin sing and play guitar in front of him. He couldn't believe that such a small kid could sing with so much heart. Usher said, "This boy is going to be a star." Not long after that meeting, Justin signed his first record deal with Raymond Braun Media Group, RBMG, a company created by Usher and Scooter Braun in partnership with Island Def Jam Records. And just like that, his professional music career began. At only 15 years old, Justin started recording songs in the studio. His first single, "One Time," was released in 2009. The song became an instant hit in many countries. People loved his sweet voice, his smile, and his natural charm. Then came his first full album, My World. It included songs like One Less Lonely Girl and Favorite Girl. These songs quickly climbed the charts, and Justin Bieber became a teenage sensation overnight. By 2010, Justin's popularity exploded with his song, Baby. The music video broke records on YouTube, becoming one of the most watched videos in the world. Everyone was talking about the boy with the side-swept hair, brown eyes, and a voice that captured millions of hearts. Justin began touring across America and then around the world. Fans screamed his name everywhere he went. Girls cried, held posters, and waited outside hotels just to catch a glimpse of him. It was something the world had never seen before. A new kind of global pop star born from the internet. But behind all the fame, Justin was still just a teenager. He missed his friends, his quiet life in Stratford, and sometimes felt lonely despite being surrounded by thousands of people. Still, he stayed focused and kept working hard. His mother traveled with him everywhere, making sure he stayed grounded and humble. In interviews, Justin often said, "I'm just a kid from a small town who loves to sing." I never thought this would happen. By 2011, he released his next album, Under the Mistletoe, a Christmas record that became another huge success. It showed his growing talent and his ability to sing in different styles, pop, R&B, and even a bit of soul. That same year, his life was also captured in a movie called Never Say Never. It was part documentary, part concert film, and it showed the world how hard he worked behind the scenes. Millions of fans watched it in theaters and cried with joy seeing their idol's journey from a small-town boy to a global superstar. By this time, Justin Bieber had become a name known in every corner of the world, from Canada to America, from Europe to Asia. Everyone knew who he was. He had achieved what most people only dream about. But success often comes with challenges, and soon Justin's life would begin to change again. In ways that were not always easy. Part 3. Fame, Pressure, and the Struggles Behind the Spotlight. By the time Justin turned 16, he was one of the most famous people in the world. Everywhere he went, cameras followed him. Fans surrounded his car, his hotel, even his home. The world was watching his every move. At first, all the attention felt exciting. He was living his dream, traveling the world, performing for thousands of people, meeting his idols. But soon, the pressure began to grow. Justin was still a teenager, trying to understand himself. Yet millions of people had opinions about everything he did, the clothes he wore, the friends he met, and even who he dated. His relationship with Selena Gomez, another young star, became the center of media gossip. Every small argument or public moment became a headline. At such a young age, Justin was learning how cruel fame could be. He once said in an interview, "I was just a kid. I didn't know how to handle it all, tour after tour, concert after concert. His schedule was non-stop. He hardly had time to rest or just be himself. The pressure to stay perfect in front of the cameras was exhausting. And like many young stars, Justin started making mistakes. The media loved to criticize him. If he was late to a concert or looked tired, they called him unprofessional. If he went out with friends, they said he was out of control. The same people who once cheered for him now began to judge him harshly. During this time, Justin struggled with anxiety and stress. He often felt lonely despite his fame. He said once, "It's hard to be seen by millions but truly known by no one." His behavior started to change. He got into small controversies, arguments with paparazzi, reckless driving, and emotional breakdowns in public. Some fans started to worry, while others criticized him. But behind all of that noise, there was a young man crying for help. In 2014, things reached a breaking point. Justin faced legal issues and bad headlines almost every week. The world that once loved him now turned its back. But deep down, Justin knew he needed to change. He realized that fame had taken over his peace of mind. At that moment, he decided to step away from the spotlight for a while. He stopped touring and started focusing on his mental and spiritual health. He reconnected with his family, his faith, and his old friends. He began to understand that success means nothing if you lose yourself along the way. Justin said, "I was broken. I had everything, money, fame, fans, but I felt empty. I needed to find myself again." Slowly, he began to rebuild. He spent time in prayer, started writing new songs from the heart, and learned how to forgive himself for the mistakes he had made. What came next would surprise everyone. A new Justin Bieber, stronger, wiser, and ready to start again. Part 4. Redemption and Comeback. The Return of Justin Bieber. After the chaos and controversies, Justin Bieber took a long break from the spotlight. He stayed away from cameras, interviews, and concerts for many months. It was a time of deep reflection, healing, and rediscovery. During this period, Justin began to reconnect with his roots, his family, his faith, and his purpose in life. He started spending more time with people who truly cared about him, not because of his fame, but because of who he really was. He began attending church regularly and found strength in spirituality. He said in an interview, "My faith helped me stand again when I had nothing left." He also started to write new music, songs that came straight from his heart. These weren't just pop songs about love and parties. They were emotional stories about pain, forgiveness, and hope. In 2015, Justin made a powerful comeback with the album Purpose. The world was amazed. It was not just a return, it was a transformation. The songs Sorry, Love Yourself, and What Do You Mean became global hits. But more importantly, they showed a more mature, thoughtful side of Justin Bieber. His lyrics were honest, His voice was stronger, and his message was deeper. We all make mistakes, but we can always change. The album's title, Purpose, perfectly described what Justin had found. A new reason to live, sing, and inspire others. He said, "I realized I wasn't made to be perfect. I was made to share my story and give people hope." His world tour that followed, the Purpose Tour, was a huge success. Fans who had once doubted him now saw a new man on stage, more humble, more emotional, and more grateful than ever before. He openly talked about mental health, forgiveness, and faith. He encouraged his fans to never give up no matter how dark life feels. Every concert was not just a performance, it was a message of redemption and growth. Over the next few years, Justin continued to evolve. He collaborated with artists like Ed Sheeran, DJ Khaled, and Luis Fonsi. His song Despacito remix became one of the most streamed songs in history. Millions danced to his music again, but this time Justin was dancing too, from a place of peace and gratitude. In 2018, Justin found love and stability when he married Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber. Their relationship became a symbol of maturity and faith. Justin often said that Hailey helped him become a better person, someone grounded, loving, and real. Together, they learned to build a life away from the chaos of fame. Justin focused on creating meaningful music, spending time with family, and helping others who struggle with anxiety and depression. In his later albums like Changes, 2020, and Justice, 2021, Justin sang about love, forgiveness, and spiritual healing. Songs like Intentions, Peaches, and Ghost showed how far he had come, from a broken young boy to a mature artist with a message of hope. Today, Justin Bieber is more than a singer. He's a story of transformation, a reminder that even when life breaks you, you can rebuild, stronger, wiser, and full of purpose. He once said, "I don't want to be remembered just for my music. I want to be remembered for how I treated people and how I grew from my pain." And that is what makes Justin Bieber's story truly inspiring. Not his fame, not his awards, but his journey from darkness to light, from mistakes to maturity, and from fear to faith. Part 5. Lessons from his journey. What we can learn from Justin Bieber's life. Justin Bieber's story is more than a story about fame, music, or success. It is a story about growth, forgiveness, and finding peace in a world full of pressure. He began as a simple boy from a small Canadian town, with a big dream and a small voice, a voice that would one day reach every corner of the world. But along the way, he faced what many people never see: loneliness, confusion, and the heavy weight of being watched by millions. He made mistakes, lost himself, and then found himself again. From his life, we can learn 5 powerful lessons that apply to all of us. Lesson 1. Believe in your dream, even when it seems impossible. Justin's journey started with a small YouTube video recorded by his mother. No one expected it to reach millions, but his faith and hard work turned that small dream into a global reality. It reminds us that dreams don't need permission. They just need belief, effort, and patience. Lesson 2. Success can test you. Stay humble. Fame and money can change people, but true strength lies in staying humble. Justin's early success came with pride and mistakes, but he learned that real greatness is not about applause. It's about character. As he once said, You can't let fame define you. You have to define yourself. Lesson 3. Everyone falls, but you can rise again. At one point, the world turned against him. He was criticized, misunderstood, and even hated. But instead of giving up, Justin chose to change. He rebuilt his life through faith, forgiveness, and music. He showed that no matter how far you fall, you can always rise again if you have courage and honesty. Lesson 4. Love and faith can heal the deepest wounds. Through his relationship with Haley and his return to faith, Justin learned that love, real, patient, forgiving love, heals broken hearts. He found peace not in fame, but in connection and spirituality. He once said, "The best thing I ever did was let God and love into my heart." Lesson 5. Use your voice for good. Today, Justin Bieber uses his platform to spread positivity and awareness. He supports mental health campaigns, donates to charities, and speaks openly about healing. He inspires millions, not just through songs, but through kindness and honesty. He proves that even if you start as an entertainer, you can become a light for others when you live with compassion and purpose. Justin's story teaches us that life is not about being perfect. It's about learning, growing, and finding meaning through every mistake and victory. Fame may fade, but character and kindness last forever. And so, the boy who once sang on the streets of Stratford now sings for the world. Not to impress, but to inspire. As he said in one of his most touching lines, "My purpose is to make people feel something real, to remind them that they're not alone." And that's the story of Justin Bieber, a journey from a small-town dreamer to a global icon, from brokenness to belief, from mistakes to meaning. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Your one click helps our channel grow and helps more English learners around the world discover inspiring stories like this. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to English Lane for more powerful lessons, emotional journeys, and daily English listening practice that helps you improve, step by step. Because here, every story teaches you not only English, but also life itself.